nobody knows you when you're down and out. Started playing it through a second time again because you can actually really enjoy improvising rhythmically with the song as well. I'm also not keeping it exactly the same as Clapton did, obviously, but if you sing along it works really well, and it's got some really nice chords in it, some nice ideas, some nice little tips inside here. So please make sure you do have a copy of the PDF of the song. If you don't, drop me a WhatsApp, I'll happily send it to you, or you can inbox me as well. And let's look at the chords. We're going to focus more onto your fretting hand for starters. We're starting with a good old-fashioned C, nice basic way to start, and it's going to be something like this. We're striking the 5th string, then the 4th string, and then down up. So together it should be something like this. And on the technique side, our picking hand should look something like this. There's my pick. I'm using a plectrum for this. Don't see it too well against the backdrop, I guess. But it's going to go 5th string, 4th string, down, up. So slow motion. And it gives a nice sort of almost walking blues sort of vibe. And I'm trying to sort of slowly edge my fretting hand into the corner as well. Because when it goes from the C to the E7, all that's really happening is fingers 1 and 2 as they're numbered simply just jump up a string. And the ring goes off. And normally we'd expect to play the 6th string for the E7, but they want to get that descending C, B, A effect on the bass notes. So you're going to go from the C, and you can hear there's my 5th string, the note B in the E7th chord. So you should have an idea for the rhythm now. Let's go back into the fretting hand one more time. Okay, now after you've done your C, show and na, E7, you can see very small change. We're going to go to an A, to an A7. Now I find my fat little fingers battle to play my A like this as I have it now. So I'm going to swap fingers 1 and 2 around. This is my way of playing A. Some guitarists do like it, but I notice the norm is still like that. So just so you understand, this is my A to A7. Okay. Now if I bring the strumming pattern into play again, it's going to be something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and what I want us to notice over here, that it seems that for this specific song that Clapton likes going from the A to an A7 for the 3 times he plays the A in the cycle. So A, that seems to be sort of like a characteristic that works very well for this song. If you're playing more traditional A, you're going to lift the middle finger. If you're playing it the way I like it, you lift the 1st finger, but the same goes for the rhythm. You can hear that A to the A7th on the change, okay, on the offbeat. Now after that, we're going to go back to D minor, or onto D minor rather. Just going to walk through the steps, should 1 or 2 of you not know a chord. D minor, I'm sure this one's quite popular. Then we're going to go back to A to A7th, or in my case, A to A7th, and then back to D minor. Now, if you play it from beginning now with these changes, it's going to sound something like this. 3 and 4 and... And the only thing that really changed with the D minors is that the bass note for the D minor is on the 4th string, where all the other bass notes so far have been from the 5th string. And I've changed pick over here so you can see my pick a bit easier now. So you can see the attack there, maybe at this angle. The C from the 5th, E7 from the 5th, A from the 5th, A7, D minor 4th, back to the 5th, A7, and D minor. And then we're going to have a cool little riff which looks and sounds like this. It's quite a neat chromatic run. Chromatic means we're going up in semitones for those that know a bit of terminology. And for those that don't, it means you go from the open to fret 1, to fret 2, onto fret 3. So you're running one fret to the next fret, to the next fret immediately, no spaces. And the catch is, as you hit this number 3 over here, now this riff is on the PDF. You see I've got a riff 1 and riff 2 written there, and you will see here 0, 1, 2, 3 for riff 2 at the bottom of the page. This note here that you can hear is the beginning of the F chord. You can see the F, first finger nice and flat, and it leads into the F. So it's, there's the F, which is going to be 4, 3 and 2. So we're going to zoom out now and take you up until the F. And what I'd like you to realize that as well when you're practicing, what I'm purposely doing in the video, every time I add on an extra bar or two, I go back to the beginning. I'm counting it back in so you can perfect this, because this is not a normal 4-chord song. It's got quite a few chords happening inside here, and the sequence is changing quite a bit as well. So every time you learn an extra part, go back to the beginning and make sure you can join it all together. Make sure the continuity is there. So we're going to take it from the beginning now up until F, including the F. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... And there you can see again, 0, 1, 2 onto the F. Then you've got a cool new chord which sounds like this. And that chord looks something like this here. It's an F sharp diminished, which looks sort of like a D. There's D, right? But upper string and to fret 4 and 5. And the pinky comes down onto the first string, 5th fret. And your diminished chord should sound like this from the 4th string. Like that. Okay. And then we got quite a cool twist, which is going to go C, 1 strum. Then you go to fret number 2, fret number 2, and then A to A7 like that. So it's going to be nice timing change inside there again. One more time. And then of course what we said, we reset and we go back to the beginning and we start it again. Are you ready? 2 and 3 and 4 and... What's very important there is I accidentally hit one wrong bass note. I'm hoping 1 or 2 might have picked up on that, but I didn't stop. And this is a very, very important lesson that I'm sure all the teachers out there will tell you. If you make a mistake, don't stop. Smile and wave, but keep going, because if you're in a performance, the chances are not everybody will know you made a mistake. And if you stop, you break the flow of it. And also, if you keep stopping, we get scared of stopping, and that's a very important thing. We don't want to be scared of stopping. So make a mistake, smile and wave, play on. Okay. Now you've taken it through now, back to the A and A7. You can see my first finger still lifted. And we're looking back at onto rather a D7 now. So we're going to focus fretting hand. Our D7 starts with finger 1 on the 2nd string. This is maybe a new chord for some of you guys. Middle finger number 2, ring finger number 3, and your bass note's the 4th string, so you're going to have... And now watch my thumb that's waving at you. For the D7/F sharp, the thumb grabs that top string, so that's open. He grabs him for the F sharp bass note. So he's still playing a D7 over here, but the bass note is F sharp, so it's going to go... And I suggest for this one plucking the 6th string for the bass note, obviously, and then maybe the 3rd or the 4th strings, depending as you like, and then obviously strum the chord. And then the last chord to bring it home, G7. First finger simply goes down to the bottom, middle finger, ring finger, and there's G7. Doesn't look entirely unlike C. There's my C, which I'm going to go back to. It sort of, to me, looks like a stretched out C in the sense that finger 1 comes down for the G7, fingers 2 and 3 go up for the G7, and that you're going to play string 6 and 4 or 6 and 5. You've got a choice there, and then you start all over again. So I'm going to zoom out, I'm going to count you in, and we're going to try and take it the whole way through the sequence. Now I'm going to play it through twice, and the second time round I'm intentionally going to add a little bit of changes on the rhythm, which I'll discuss towards the end of it. But right now I want you just to be able to at least jam through once with me. 2 and 3 and 4 and... And you can see I'm starting to change the rhythms a bit around with it. I'm not going to sit and write down every single rhythm or explain every single rhythm. What I want to encourage you to do is, as soon as you're familiar with the song that you can play through on the first cycle that I did, try it by yourself and sort of rhythmically improvise on that, which I'm not going to get too much into detail now, obviously. But for example, the C to the E7, this is what I originally did. Maybe try this. Creates a bit of a different feel. So originally, new one. That looks quite nice. When you go from the A to A7, you can go. So you play with the rhythm. D minor, and I'm picking it instead of strumming it. All these little things make it sound a bit more exciting, a bit more variation to it. So now, and you can really make it as exciting as possible, or as busy as you like, and play with it, control the music. If you've got any questions, any queries, anything you'd like to comment or offer, please feel welcome to drop me a WhatsApp or message me via my inbox. Have an awesome day. Take care.